And greetings folks, it's me RJB from RJBTV and it's time for game number 4 between Brain and Sanfrancisco. So kick back, lean back in that chair of yours, grab a cold one because we are going to enjoy ourselves a good one here with these two players who've proven themselves to be at the top of the game. The absolute top of the 1v1 StarCraft game. Brain here yet again on the Zerg, the yellow Zerg on the bottom right of the map, on the name fastest maps. And then we have Sanfrancisco here on the 6 o'clock spawn location on the Protoss yet again. It's 4 times in a row here to show Brain what he's made of. And so far he's shown us, and Brain as well, but he's made of a lot of good stuff. Really good stuff. He's strong, he's fast, he's got multitasking, and he's smart as well. He's solid. He has everything in one single package of goodness gracious. I am impressed. Brain here starts off with a hatchery in the choke, as he did last time as well. And he did it last time as well. So he's just gonna do it again, because it is arguably one of the best things you can do as a Zerg against Protoss. Get the hatchery in that choke, wall off that entrance, and make getting into your base pretty difficult for that Protoss player. Sanfrancisco though starts off a double gateway yet again. He's gonna go for 3 or 4. He did that in a previous game. In a previous game, he went for 4 gateways, and that caught Brain off guard because Brain was not expecting there to be a large group, a large army of Psy-blade wielding zealots knocking down that front door made of sunkens. He slashed right through, and Brain couldn't quite make a comeback from that point onwards. He played well though, he played well, but he could not prevent Sanfrancisco from getting his very first win in this best of 5. The score, 1 win for San, 2 for Brain. Scouting the map, both players are Overlord in the middle. We have basically just very standard stuff happening on the map right here, right now. So San finds Brain right next to his own main base, which does not sound too good for Brain, who is low-balling his choke again. He's low-balling his choke again. This looks very dangerous. This does not look like it will end well. 1 sunken in the front morphing. 2 zealots on the way. 2 zerglings on the way. Sunken is morphing, Zerglings are in the front to protect. That's not a lot of protection to be wearing going into this very sticky situation. Sanfrancisco decides against going in for the attack and is gonna build a very early proxy base here on the middle. Very early. Forge on the way they're back at home, so not going for gas or nexus yet. He's up to something. Zergling makes his way into the back there of San's base. San now knows that Brain knows what he's up to, and this time around I don't think Brain will make the same mistake as last time, but though that Zealot's going in before Brain has enough Zerglings to properly defend himself, and the Zealots do get in with great micro, starter stepping forward bit by bit. And the backside there is largely unprotected. Zealots already arriving on the scene, Zerglings are still morphing. Brain is yet again forced to make a lot more Zerglings than he would want to. Drones are getting killed now. That did not happen last game. This game around though, drones are the target. Only 6 drones alive. Make it 4, 5. That is rather painful for Brain. 5 drones is early into the game. That spells a very rocky uphill road for him to climb. And honestly, so far historically, I've not seen any players climb from this deep a valley up onto the mountain top behind this many workers this early on, being forced to make so many Zerglings. And Sanfrancisco there with the 4 Zealot Gateway production, correction, is not really feeling threatened by the Zerglings. Also has some cannons up in the middle, so the proxy contain already working as intended. It's keeping Brain within his main base. Gas him on the way. He's getting a no cyber core there yet. There's the cyber core. Brain here is just droning up non-stop. He knows that the prognosis for this game is not looking too good for him. Brain knows that he has to kind of risk something somewhere in order to get and facilitate a comeback into this game, because he's behind on San Francisco. San Francisco has managed to do it again in Protoss against Zerg. He just knows how to find a way right from the start to catch Brain off guard, because he knows Brain is the kind of player who over-relies on his micro, and most of the time that works out perfectly fine for Brain. He does not lose a lot of games. But that over-reliance on micro against a player with equal amounts of micro skill, perhaps that might be the one weakness we've all been looking for with Brain. Once again, the huge army of Zealots just marching forward, ready to tear down that entire sunken wall there in the front that is keeping him out of his base, but he does not care. He's just marching forward strongly, but he might overstep here a little bit. That's a lot of Sunkens finishing up, a lot of Zergs in the back to protect, and Zealots are hammering and slashing, trying to break through, but I don't think the numbers will be enough. I don't think the numbers will be enough. Brain has managed to successfully defend that choke, but at the cost of only getting his gas right about now. The gas is coming in very late. Only 3 hatcheries in the back, adding on 2 more, 1 in the front, so that's a total of 6 at the moment, of which 2 are still morphing. And of the 20 drones he's got, he has 6 of them on the gas. Make it 24 drones in total. So not a lot of minerals are coming into the bank. San now, though, also does not have a lot of probes because he started with the 4 gateway and delayed the nexus. So his economy is also not that awesome. He has about 9 probes on the gas, and that will soon be 12 because he has 4 assimilators. So his money won't be that much better than Brain's. So actually the situation, even though the supply counts are wildly different, is not as bad for Brain as it looked at first. Not as bad as it looked at first. Getting double Hydralisk Den for speed and range both at the same time. As for San, we have Zealot speed of 1 attack and Reavers coming in to the map. Triple Robo. It's going to just build a lot of Reavers, no drops, and push through this choke with superior force. Reavers to kill large groups of Hydralisks, Zealots to tank the damage from the Hydralisks and the Sunkens, while the Reavers do all the pushing and the cleaning. This is a very strong and proven method of breaking through chokes that the Zerg has built to keep the Protoss out. A proven method. First, the Reavers will crawl forward a little bit and do tiny amounts of damage, and when there's like something like an opening has been created here in the front to allow the Zealots to cover more surface area to attack, then the Zealots will strike, and Brain might not be ready. He's getting an Evo Chamber, getting a lair, 3 gas, 33 drones, Hydralisks moving to the front, but San Francisco here knows not to risk his Reavers or his Zealots just yet. First, open a path, break through, send in the army. Oh, the Hydralisks there are attacking the Reavers. Kills 1 Reaver, might get 2. But now it's time for the Zealots to attack. He knows it's time to go. He has 3 Reavers in the back there. Second Reaver there goes down. Zealots are marching forward, but they do return back. They just went in to save the Reavers. Here back at home, courses are on the way, getting Dragoon range as well. Weapon attack level 1 almost finished up. We got level 1 attack there coming for Brain for the Hydralisks. Another Reaver gets sniped. Brain saw that was low HP and decided to strike before it was too late. But it did not stop him from losing the hatchery and the Sunken. The front is now open. The Sunkens are still there as an obstacle, but the front here, the choke, is getting weaker and weaker as time goes on. And San is just waiting for level 1 attack to finish. When level 1 attack is finished up, he will charge forward before Brain is adequately equipped with proper defenses to survive this push. And level 1 attack now is going to finish up within 2 or 3 seconds. The attack is going to not happen. It happens now. The level 1 attack is finished up. Level 1 attack is finished up. They're on those Zealots. Level 1 attack right there. And he goes right forward. This choke here, the Sunkens are merely a minor inconvenience to deal with. Brain on 60 supply against 120 from San Francisco. More Reavers spawning in the back, getting shuttles now as well. He's got Templars prepared. He is going for a Templar storm drop on the back of this frontal push. The frontal push will distract from the shuttle, and the shuttle will kill the workers. That is the plan, but I think that this army he has right now should be enough to kill Brain already. But Brain has got some great micro there on display, dancing forward. He's got fancy feet. He's jiggling, jaggling, swiggly swaggling, sweetie swootying. But will it be enough? Templars in the mix, storming on the Hydras, trying to dodge the storms, trying to dodge the Scarabs, but no, not really going to work out too well. Trying to get a good angle to kill the Dragoons and the Reavers, but the Reavers are too damn strong. This is just an overpowering force. Templar there, close to the drones. Drones unstacking, running away. Some drones do go down, but most of them do stay alive. But one more Templar there on the scene, ready to storm on those drones in the back. We have Mutalisks spawning to try and save the day. The Mutalisk will actually clean this out. We have Dragoons coming in, Templar shuttle storms in the back there, sniping the Highlander dance to make sure that no more Highlanders are going to enter the map. Templar there, very close. Templar gets sniped. Shuttles turn around. Dragoons coming in as well. Reavers are on the backside there as well. He's going to try to snipe the drones instead of structures. Just kill the economy with Zealots instead of Storms. If that works, it works. As long as it works, that's what matters. See, that's a lot of Mutalisks. He's got a Greater Spire on the... Wait, is that a Greater Spire? It's a Hylisk Den, excuse me. So he repels the attack for now. Supply is about half of San Francisco, who's on 57 probes against 31 from Brain. We're now pushing back into that middle, looking for straggling units that are all alone to kill. But if Dragoons and cannons on the middle, he cannot break through. Oh, the Reaver gets saved. Tries to snipe the shuttle, but can't quite do it. Kills the cannon with some great micro. He's got it all. Brain has got it all, but the situation just does not look that great. 6 hatcheries in the back. We have 8 gateways from San Francisco. Not a lot of gateways. 3 robos. Not a lot of robos, but combined they do provide for a pretty large army that's now pushing, crawling, creeping forward to try and end the game once and for all. There's a shuttle storm drop mixed in as well. Pulls back towards the Dragoons, towards the Reavers. Shuttle drop there, picked up, ready to go in. Falling forward, there's a couple of Sunkers there to protect. 162 supply against 75. Will the micro from Brain win the game? Oh, it's a shuttle, but it's a lot of Reavers. The Hylics have been killed. Yeah, I think this is about over. This looks about over. Snipes a good Reaver there, though. Really? Oh, Reaver there on the drones. Drones get taken down. Reaver cleaning up the house, and he throws down the surprised eyebrow raise face text emoji. And he's just waiting for Brain to leave now. He's even laughing now. He's laughing in Brain's face. Even though this is only game number 4, and this is evening up the score, he's laughing even more now. The disrespect on display from San Francisco is very, very real and very disrespectful. Storm comes down. 0 drones left alive. 38 drones, minerals in total. He's talking, saying something. I don't know what he's saying, but he's saying something. And that's GG. Let's Brain says to San Francisco. So San Francisco had a lot to say there at the end. No clue what he said, but I've got the feeling that he said some... I don't know what he said. Let's just keep it at that. I just don't know what he said. But with Brain asking for the final rematch, we're now going into game number 5 to finish this best of 5, with Brain returning to the Terran and San Francisco yet again on the Protoss. Let's jump right on in. The score, 2 wins for both players. It's now or never. The winner of this match becomes the king of fastest map. Although Brain technically already is the king of fastest map, although there is that one set between 458 and Brain from I'd say half a year ago already, maybe even a little bit longer ago, where 458 played against Brain, and one of those two players took the crown. I'm not gonna spoil it, because I of course want you to watch it, but that set, that best of 5 between Brain and 458, was about as good as this one, but all of the games were Protoss against Terran. Every single game, with Brain on Terran every single one of those 5 games. So here we have, middle left of the map, Sanfrancisco purple Protoss, Brain yellow Terran. I think that I like watching Brain's Terran against Protoss the most out of any Terran against Protoss on fastest map. Maybe I like Mong a little bit more, because Mong has a different way of playing it. I'd say Mong is a little bit more resourceful, whereas Brain is smarter, but also way riskier. Mong does not take risks, but Mong also retired fastest map and went back to the professional normal map competition play. So yeah, Mong no longer plays fastest. I wish he did, because he is so amazingly good. In my opinion, the best Terran ever on fastest map is Mong. But back to this match itself. Back to the match. I'm gonna take a drink while we watch Sanfrancisco warp in his pretty beautiful glowing Nexus. So the Zealots are out. The Zealots are out. Brain went for Barracks, Supply Depot, Barracks, Barracks, Supply Depot, Command Center. Now that is a ballsy move, but if anyone can do it, it's Brain. Because one thing I've said many times so far in this best of set is that Brain likes playing risky. He believes in his own micro ability more than any other player ever has. And his micro is very good. It's like, you cannot blame him for relying on his micro to the degree that he does. He's always trying to play with as little as possible and achieve the most possible. He's always min-maxing, as they say in economics. In economics, they always talk about min-maxing. Brain is min-maxing. Maximizing with the least possible. Cybercore, they're out for San. No cannons in the front there yet. Zealots are doing the protecting at the moment. There's a nice little wall being built there from Brain pretty early on, just to make life very easy against San. San cannot break through, because Marines are hiding behind the wall to keep him out. Also, he's really lining up his Marines against the structure really nicely to maximize the amount of damage they will do against Zealots trying to destroy the supply depots. So the first cannon there coming up in the front, Robo as well coming up from San. Wonder what he's up to. I don't think he's going for a Citadel of Adun yet. Well, he will go for one, but I meant a Templar's Archive. Most of the times I see Sanfrancisco go for Dark Templars, but Dark Templars, I'm keeping them out of my weather forecast for now. The skies are bright, but sadly bright because the Reaver shuttle is flying through the sky. Not yet, but very soon it will arrive. Marines in the front there, it's still the same situation. Still the same situation from before. Factory coming in there for Brain. No engineering bay there yet, but the engineering bay should be coming up very soon. That's a very fast starboard. No academy yet, but it's almost done. Mining from double gas. Zealots are still waiting there in the front. I really like this very aggressive posturing from Sanfrancisco. Making sure that Brain keeps all those Marines right there in the front. Brain also can't move out with any of his Marines to scout the map, or put them on the middle to snipe the Shuttle Reaver when it comes across the map. This is a really interesting positioning from San. Something a lot of players like doing is they put their Marines like somewhere below the path the shuttles will take when they fly to the enemy base. And then they scan the front in about 6 minutes. That is when the shuttle with the Reavers will leave, about 6:05, maybe 6:10, somewhere in between that timing. They scan the front, see the shuttle leave, and then they stem in with the Marines and snipe the shuttle out of the air. Having the Zealots on the middle of the map prevents that from happening. And Brain is one of the few players who really likes to do that Marine stim snipe the shuttle move that he's now denying. Only one cannon down the front, Reavers spawning at 6 minutes exactly. Scan will come out very soon, perhaps a little bit too late. There's no turrets anywhere in the base yet. Zealots is still standing there in the front. Reavers arriving on the scene. They can, in fact, hit the supply depots from a safe distance, just outside of tank range. The tank is a little bit too far away, but there comes the Wraith. That's why he got the fast starport to take away the shuttle, to stop the Reaver shuttle micro, which is going to make this push rather ineffective. He needs the shuttle to micro the Reavers in order to push forward, and with the shuttle gone, that's not going to happen. The timing of that Wraith is highly important. It makes defending the attack that relies on the shuttle so much easier to do. The Reavers crawling back. Dragoons have been made to counter the Wraith. Sanfrancisco knew the Wraith was coming, but the Wraith was out a little bit faster than he was hoping it would be. So dropship down the way for a tank drop, getting 2 more barracks to make more Marines to defend against those shuttle drops that are going to be next on the menu. Marines on the bottom, Marines on the top. Supply depots are oddly spaced out, which looks weird. It looks weird, but it makes a lot of sense. Marines now just have a much easier time walking through to snipe the shuttles. Now the Dragoons that were made earlier are now cleaning out the sides to allow for a safe passage undetected for those shuttles. From the bottom and from the top. Dropship there on the air. He's unloading Marines on the high ground. Exactly perfect time. Unloading it on the bottom. Gonna split up those Marines, snipe the Reavers. Reavers are getting taken down, but the Zealots are doing all the damage as well. Picks up one Reaver, stays alive, but takes one more shot, kills one Marine, and the Zealots are now doing the finishing work. Going for the tank, not going for the Marines. And that was perfectly played by Brain. The tank even stays alive on 3 HP. The timing was insane. Just imagine if San had gone in from the top side, where there were no Marines being placed on the high ground. That was pure coincidence that the dropship was unloading Marines on the high ground at that exact timing. Now, why are the Marines right there? I'll show you right here. They're on the high ground to give vision beyond the hill. Now Brain does not have to make engineering base to get vision, he has Marines to get vision. This is something I for the first time saw Mongdu drop from the top side, though, trying to snipe the shuttle. Shuttle's getting closer to the SCVs. There's no Templars in between, it's there in the back. He has Storm, but too far away to hit the SCV, so that drop doesn't quite work out as intended. So Brain defends that one easily. There has not been a tank drop from Brain on Sanfrancisco yet. He's got a lot of cannons anyway, so there's cannons, 5 cannons on the bottom. There's one spot right here where you can try to do a tank drop from, because only 2 cannons can hit the tanks if he unloads right here. That should allow him to shoot on the probe. So there's a chance to go for a tank drop right here. Drop comes in. Goes in all the way to the backside. Templars pretty close to this SCV, storming on those SCVs. The one that was in range to hit the SCVs goes down to a snipe. So most of the SCVs do stay alive. I think he killed about 5, 6. I didn't keep track, but he killed some of them, but not a lot of them. So Brain, once again, staying safe, staying healthy. And this supply depot configuration is just really, really funky. Really funky. I've never seen anyone do this. It looks unorganized, but there's a reason behind it. It's easy to walk through, as I said before. Yet this, it just takes up so much space. This takes up so much space. But if anyone knows what he's doing, it's Brain. Dropships there on the top side. Gets spotted out by a Corsair hanging in the air. Drop on the bottom side, preparing to go in. 4 shuttles with a Corsair ready to go, ready to strike. Brain there dancing with those dropships on the top side. Bottom side, it's a shuttle drop, sees the shuttles, stimming in with the Marines. Templar there, storms the Marines. Reaver hits a lot of Marines as well. Yeah, this is a great one from San. He's pushing forward. Templar getting close to the SCVs, but no energy. He's trying to fool Brain into running away, and it worked. It worked. He made Brain run away. The Templar had no energy left to storm, but Brain got fooled into pulling his SCVs off the minerals, which at least stops the mining and the income for a short little amount of time, which is great. So even though San didn't have the best drop, he killed a lot of Marines, but he didn't kill any SCVs, he still makes it a little bit better than it would have been in any other situation. Goes in yet again from the top side there, arrives on location. Templar too far away to storm. Templar gets sniped. Brain laughing because he knows that the snipe makes San very frustrated. It's frustrating when specifically your Templars get sniped out of all the units that unload from a shuttle. Very, very frustrating. And he got hit by the tank drop down to 59. Not exactly sure when it happened, but he must have unloaded right here. Or somewhere around here while the drop was happening. I mean, Brain's multitasking is so good that he can out-multitask me, and I'm not even playing the game. But San lost about, I'd say, 15 ropes. Drop comes in yet again. Templars very close. 3 Templars in close vicinity, storming on the SCVs, but not killing any of them. Does he have any more storms? Yes, he does. He kills about 7 or 8. But most of the SCVs went in 2 directions, and they do stay alive. Down 69 SCVs, the magic number, and San has recovered to 66. Even though he got hit by a tank drop, it didn't hit him hard enough to really slow him down. But I'm sorry that I missed a tank drop. I apologize. Just the action going on in Brain's base was a little bit too much for me to handle. A little bit too much for me to handle. Yeah, we're only 12.5 minutes in, and I think San has thrown out like 15 drops already in only 6 minutes of dropping? That's a lot of drops already arriving, and another one here coming in, ready to storm, and gets another 6 or 7. Not the best drop, but a drop nonetheless. As long as you can force the Terran to move those SCVs away from the minerals and kill a couple of SCVs, then your storm drop is a successful one. Perhaps not a killing blow, perhaps not a devastating blow, but a blow nonetheless. And that's what matters most. Keep that Terran anxious. Keep the Terran scared. Keep the Terran hurting. Keep the Terran in a perpetual state of recovery. Stargate proxy base being built there for carriers. Drop comes in over the bottom or left of Brain's base. Marines coming in to snipe the shuttles. Can't quite kill the shuttles though, but the Templar very close, and that is the money shot that he wanted all along, killing all the SCVs that are on the minerals. Brain thought he killed all the High Templars, but no, there was one more left inside, and that one got the magic psionic storm that put Brain back into the Dark Ages. The economy is gone. 24 SCVs, low money. Army there on the top. We have upgrades there on the Zealots, 1, 2. I don't know why people go for shield and armor first instead of weapon. Weapon seems a little bit better, but actually, let me backtrack. The shield and the armor help the Templar that gets unloaded right here next to the SCVs survive for a little bit longer because it takes less damage. That is why they get shield and armor first, not attack. Because they're not really using gateway attacks to break through the front. They're using shuttle drops where Templars storming is the most important part. So carrier proxy base there is almost operational, getting an Arbiter Tribunal. He's got the fleet beacon finished up already, getting air attack and air armor. He's going for carriers, pretty sure of it. Arbiter Tribunal there finished warping in. Dark Temples are being built as well. Shuttles are being sent over the bottom. Brain has a pretty good army. He's just missing SCVs. Yeah, his base looks like a mess. It looks like a mess. Got 5 barracks, triple factory drop coming in yet again over the bottom left. And this one gets almost entirely sniped. The Templar does unload, but the Templar cannot storm. That is exactly what Brain needed to stay in the game. Exactly what he needed. He had to keep his workers alive for one more round in order to prevent losing the game. If he had lost SCVs again, he for sure would have lost this game. Because at that point he can no longer keep up in any way, shape or form with San Francisco going for carriers or more gateway army. Again, another drop, but this one forced to unload at the very start of the base. And just kill some Templars. Drop there coming in yet again. What do they have inside? Defensive Matrix there on the dropship, going to try to unload somewhere, but there's zealots everywhere to kill the tanks. Tanks are defensive Matrix, tanks are sieging up, the tanks are shooting, tanks are hitting pretty much nothing at all. Great attempt though. Great attempt. But he has so much vision all over the map. Sneaking through is practically impossible to do. So when he arrived on the scene to do his little tank drop shot, San Francisco knew it was coming and he prepared for it easily by moving his zealots into position to snipe and take down the tanks. That was never going to work, but the effort is commendable. 55 SCVs on the scene. We have 4 armories. We have level 1-1 on the tanks, almost on level 2-2. At least 2-1, I mean. Marines are almost on level 3 attack already. Beat me to the punch. So San is taking quite a lot of time because he wants to get carriers. He really wants to go for carriers. I think he should have tried to go for a couple of frontal zealot mass attacks after hitting the big drop. Because going for the carriers after the big drop gives Brain an ocean of time to rebuild and grow stronger. Now he's got on 63 SCVs, almost back to maxed out supply. Getting more starports and factories, and he knows about the Stargate proxy base. He knows carriers are on the way. Brain will be prepared for those carriers. He's getting Ghost, Lockdown, and Ocular Implants as well. Yeah, he's gonna try to go for Lockdown on those carriers. He's opening up one more space for another command center on the top. Shuttles are flying back and forth. I saw a Dark Archon morphing earlier. It should be somewhere on the map. I don't know where. It should be somewhere. He might try to go for a mind control at some point. Goes in over the front. Marines stimming in to snipe the shuttles. He snipes the shuttles within a big stack of Corsair shuttle. The Templars on the scene. Storming yet again. Oh, that's a great storm. Kills 4, kills 15, kills 20, 29. That was a good drop. One that San Francisco definitely needed in order to solidify his lead over Brain in this game. He really needed that one. He really needed that one because now Brain is once again lagging behind on San Francisco's evil plans to take over the map and use its carrier army to kill the Brain. But Brain is recovering. He's got an army. He has a little bit of a bank of minerals and gas. He's got triple command center to rebuild his SCVs. He's getting ghosts as well for lockdown. Lockdown should really lock down the carrier plan. It should lock it down and kick it straight to the curb and prevent it from really damaging from too much. Shuttles are in the mix as well. They will fly in under the cover of carrier protection. Fleet beacons? Shield batteries on the middle to heal up the carrier shields. And now he's gonna start the abuse with 9 carrier fleet flying on the side there to 7 carrier fleet. 5 more are on the way, so he will go for 12 in total. Arbiter coming in as well. Lockdown being researched. Ghosts are entering the map. A lot of them are entering the map. And he's just killing every single little bit of vision he has on that high ground to take away that vision. So now it's a little bit harder to see beyond the hill. But that's... oh, drop comes in there over the bottom side. He knows the drop is coming. Snipes the shuttles before they can unload their Templars on a dangerous position to hit those SCVs. So the carrier distraction to get the shuttle in doesn't work. Brain does not get tricked this easily. Prevents disaster from happening. And he gives himself a little bit more time to recover yet again. And he's grown pretty strong. He's grown pretty strong. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 factories. Not a big amount of factories. He won't get a big amount either. He doesn't have enough space in his base to build a whole lot more, because his base has not been very efficiently used. But his brain is working his base is working nonetheless. So 12 carries on the middle with an Arbiter in the back. We have lockdown finished up. Do we have energy for lockdowns? He's sniping the ghosts, individually clicking on them. One lockdown comes out. Gets one carrier. That one's out of the race. Gonna try to get number 2. Gets number 2 as well. That's now 10 more carriers in the air. We have about 6 more ghosts ready to lock down and punish the carrier fleet from ever daring to get close to Brain's base. 61 SCVs for Brain. A lot more lockdowns coming out. That's 1, that's 2. That's the one on the top went down. This one is next. The one there on the top is still waiting in line to get taken down. So probes are being sacrificed for the greater purpose of having more supply space. Goodbye probes, we will not miss you, because we want more carriers on the map. Getting stasis now. Upgrades for carriers are on. Wish I could see. 2, 3, 2. 3 shield, 2 armor, 2 attack. Lockdowns coming out once again on those almost maxed out upgraded ghosts. 1 armor, 3 attack. The Goliaths are on 2, 2, 2, which means the tanks are on 2, 2, 2 as well. Medics are healing up the Marines and the ghosts. The Marines are providing some support by firing on the interceptors that are coming out. You cannot underestimate... Oh, lockdown once again. Lockdowns everywhere. Carriers were a bad choice. There's 4 carriers locked down in that very same position right here. And 1 more on the top. Brain got storm dropped. I should pay attention a little bit better. Brain got storm dropped yet again. He had 61, now 28. I missed 2 important drops this game. Excuse me. I was distracted by the beauty of carriers stuck in lockdown. Gateway proxy base being thrown down on the top in a hurry. Because Sanfrancisco is in a hurry. This Brain is knocking on the front door that does not lead to heaven, but to destruction of Protoss kind. Storm's coming down there, trying to dodge the storm, running the ghosts to save it, because the ghosts are the contingency plan against those carriers. There's 3 carriers. We have 3 more carriers on the bottom. The storms are doing a great job. Brain losing a lot of supply to the storms here, but he's not giving up on the push. He's gonna try to recover his economy and push forward to kill the Sanfrancisco before Sanfrancisco can hurt and kill him again. So first, let's kill everything here on the middle and take control over the game, scanning the entire map. Scan the bottom side, actually. Was probably expecting cannons and maybe a proxy base. More scans coming down on the top. Finds a proxy gateway base. So is he going to kill this first, or is he going to retreat back to his base for a better position? What is he going to do? What are you going to do, Brain? I just don't know. Wish you could have a peek into that mind of his to see what he's thinking about. But then again, all of his thoughts would be in Korean, so I would not understand any of it anyway. Carriers locked down. Beautiful sight to behold. But the ghosts do go down, so only 3 carriers locked down. 4 carriers locked down? Not 3. 3 carriers locked down. So he's moving to the top to kill this proxy gateway base, but that army is going to get sandwiched from the back and the front. Dodged the storm there just now as well. Just dodged the storm. He's going to get taken down. Brain supplies on 160. Not looking pretty, but he's not dead yet. He has 66 SCVs against 66 probes. Both their economies are equally healthy. Although I do have to add that the carriers are very many times more cost efficient than anything Brain has at the moment. Although the ghosts with lockdown, they are pretty damn good against his carriers. So drop there, gonna try to sneak in while the frontal attack is happening. flies in a very weird angle into the choke by mistake. I'm sure of it, so the shuttle goes down. That could have been a really good drop, but loses the chance to drop. 77 SCVs. Brain is healthy and rich. He's now moving out yet again. He's recovered from that blow on his economy from earlier, and he's pushing back into the middle yet again. So the carrier is getting chased down by Goliaths. Sanfrancisco is having a tough time keeping up with Brain. Both players are running back and forward, top to bottom. But Brain sieging up here in this choke point, where there's only one cannon. Using a lot of his scans to check the map. Carriers there fighting on the bottom side. Dark Templars in the middle, killing the tanks, but storming his own Dark Templars to death. But now Dark Templars flanking from the top. And I think Brain used most of his scans just now, so this is going to get taken down. And the carriers have done their job killing the starport, and now they are retreating back just a little bit. So there's a lot of multitasking going on from both players, where they're fighting on two locations at the same time. Now Brain still does not have a lot of production. That's why his supply is so low, despite having so many SCVs. And he's gonna build factories now to build Goliaths. So these are gonna be for Goliaths, because he cannot build machine shops in addition to those. Small frontal attack happening there from San. Temples and Zealots are on the ground, carries in the air, carries getting focus fired by the two Goliaths, and one carrier goes down, the 4 carriers still in the air. And the units on the ground don't do too much. The carrier micro here though is really nice to see, but most of the interceptors went down. There's simply not a lot of interceptors on 4 carriers. Simply not a lot of interceptors. But he's killing stuff on the side, being highly annoying, while preparing another drop and small attack here back at home, while no longer building carriers. He's gonna go for gateway man strategy instead. He believes in the gateways. That's what's gonna be for today. Drop comes in over the bottom side. A lot of ghosts in between, locks them all down. Beautifully done. This one almost arrives. Templar there on the scene, but gets taken out by the ghosts. Carriers on the top, still distracting, still killing whatever they can, getting chased down by Marines and ghosts. Locks one of them down. That one is Forsaken. It's dead and gone. Dragoon shooting over the high ground. There's so many small little details happening all over the place. Brain supply is still pretty low, but the factories are finished up. He can now make more Goliaths. Preparing a small little frontal attack with 3 Templars. Not a big attack, but it can storm this entire group of tanks quite easily. So the carrier is still killing stuff on the top. Most of the interceptors have been taken down. Now small little frontal attack trying to go in, but oh, that annoying barracks there is hanging in the front. Disruption, defensive matrix saves a tank, still goes down. Templars storming on the backside, but more units are spawning for Brain, so he will be fine defending against this. I feel like, oh wait, there's carriers on the way from Sam. That explains why his gateway army was so small. Now Brain, fully recovered with a big army and more production ability, moves back into the middle of the map. The ghosts have been doing the carriers dirty. The carriers have definitely not paid for themselves in any way, shape, or form. So this top base there is next. Pushing forward, a carrier gets punished for existing. I really think the carriers are just a bad choice at this point. I think San should just go for the mass gateway strategy, considering Brain does not have a lot of production. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 factories in total. So all he has to do is take down the pylons, and then he can ignore this gateway army on the top. Cannons being built on the bottom side there. He's going to maybe build a proxy battery base here as well, waiting for a drop to go in. Moving over the middle to go for a frontal attack on San. Carriers are not yet all finished up. Proxy base is getting taken down. Drop on the bottom side trying to sneak in, but can't quite fight the angle. Wait. It's an attempt to mind control. Gets the mind control recall back home somewhere. There it is. So he got the mind control after all, but now there's an army in his front door trying to end his life. He killed most of his own probes to open up supply space for different probes still alive against 88 SCVs from Brain. Units are spawning. He just lost his proxy gateway base, so now there's not enough gateway production anymore to allow him to keep up with Brain. Carriers are finishing up on the bottom side. More carriers are on the way. 5 of them in total. He's got how many finished up already? They're still building interceptors. There's a lot of ghosts in the mix. Goliath's there as well. The anti-carrier composition from Brain is really looking sweet. How are you gonna survive this one? And oh, he found the SCV, kills the mind control, so the mind control trickery not gonna work. He found it, and San calls GG. The game went back and forth, but Brain manages to take home the win after all, as San just kept tunnel visioning on wanting to build carriers against a large army of ghosts with energy to lock down those exact same carriers. The carriers were never ever gonna work. Not when the ghosts entered the map. San made some thinking mistakes, didn't have his thinking right, and Brain, living up to the name, he did have his thinking right. He did have his thinking right. So Brain wins 3-2. It came down to a very close, very hard-fought, 31-minute long Protoss against Terran to decide the fate of this battle. Thank you for watching. RGB here, signing out. Hope you enjoyed it, and see you next time.